Hey gamers, what's up? Muzz here from L1 Games once again with a new video for you. Today's going to be something a little bit different. I have done videos in the past where I show you a little bit of what's going on behind the camera or in the back room or whatever, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to just do a whole video dedicated to that. I got the idea a while back from Josh from Your Player 2, and he did a video talking about the equipment you need or don't need to do a video. Just it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to have tons of expensive equipment and all that stuff. He's done tons of videos relating to the type of equipment you can use and everything, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to just show you what I've done. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a few years now, and I've kind of upgraded my system a little bit, but in the beginning I used to use like a Canon pocket camera, just some old junky camera I picked up, and I would set it up, and I didn't even have a tripod back then. I would just set it on something that was about the right height. I'd hit record, I'd walk into the shot, I'd say what I needed to say, and then I'd walk out of the shot. Or I'd just lean forward and hit the camera right there. Then I had to take that footage and I had to upload it to my computer, then upload it to YouTube. Today it's a lot easier. You just use your phone. It's kind of great. But that's how I originally started. And from there I learned to edit a little bit. I bought a tripod here and there, and got a little bit better equipment. But this video you're seeing right now is actually just shot on my cell phone, and I've been doing that for a while. My old camera failed and I needed something on the spot, so I just shot video with my phone. It turns out I kind of like the quality and I like the product that I released, and I thought, wow, from now on I'm just going to do this. It's so much easier, and that's where I ended up going to. It's really cheap and it's nice, and I like that. Even like in terms of like how I get in front of the camera now, I bought this. It's a little Android iOS Bluetooth remote control, and I can just tap that when I'm ready to start the video. In the past I could have used it a lot more. These days I've actually learned to edit a little bit. I started with a free Microsoft editor and worked my way up to Pinnacle, and I just use Pinnacle now. It's easy, it's pretty intuitive and user friendly, so I just use that. But originally I wanted to cut out the part where I walked on and then walked off after I was done doing it. So I learned to use that Microsoft editor, and I just kind of graduated to something that had a few more offers in terms of transitions and ease of use and all that. So a lot going on with that, but again, it's just easy to use. And I jumped on YouTube and I learned how to, if there's something, how do I cut away from a scene? How do I zoom in? How do I do this or that? I just jump on YouTube and there's a video that showed me how to do it, and I learned that way, and it's worked out pretty well. So that's it. And with that, I guess I can just start showing you around, show you what's going on here. I'll just, as I used to do, walk off the shot here, and we'll get the camera down and walk you through it. So here is the tripod I use, and this is just a typical mount. I tighten it up with that. And as you can see, it's really just the shelves of the store here, and I use 90% of it for storage, and then I have this area that I use for shooting video, and I try to keep it interesting with the stuff on the shelves there and switch it up for new videos and the such. Now what I have on the side here that's the GoPro that I use for, you might hear my shoes squeaking, I use for my secondary footage, my B-roll if you will. And I picked this up for like 50 bucks off of a guy. Came with the protective case, and I bought the tripod on Amazon. And that's what I use. It's an older one. It's a Hero 3. It's nothing special, but that's what it cuts to when you see that secondary footage. And I use that as a kind of a trick, I won't lie, when I'm shooting my footage and I need to make a cut, or I stuttered, or I said and I want to cut it out. And I put that footage in, or I cut to that footage, so you can't tell that there's been an obvious cut in the footage. I also sometimes, when I don't make mistakes, I'll just add the cut because it's interesting to look at, and it gives you guys something to focus on other than me just standing there in one static shot. So on the shelves, as you can see here, I always put these albums up here just because they're interesting to look at. And then I always try to mix this stuff up. Every new video I try to have different stuff, and kind of just keep it interesting. There's the Pone glasses, and so that's from video to video something I try to do a little different. No one will ever notice this, but this Frogger mini arcade from the 80s is actually in French. kind of cool. And then as we pull back further and further, just tons of stuff on the walls here. My focus isn't staying in very good, but we'll just have to live with that. And this is some of the other stuff I use. This is an older camera. I haven't used this in a long time, but it's a good backup. If something fails or whatever, I'll use it to shoot. And then that's the cheap tripod I bought. It's also got a cell phone attachment on it. And that's another one right there. So it's just the handy stuff I keep back here. And then this is all just, you know, the typical stuff in the back room. It's an original Odyssey. That's from my collection. I have some stuff I store up top there, on the very top shelf. That's from my personal collection that I just don't have room for at home just yet. So yeah, this is my setup. This is what I use. It's all super easy, super cheap. There's nothing to it. So I like that about what I do and how I do it, because put this back on the tripod now. I don't have, you know, a ton of extra money to spend on video equipment just so I can shoot some videos. And let's change the scene up. Let's talk over here. And I want to shoot videos, but I'm not going to go out and buy a $500, $600 camera just to shoot video with. So I found a while back that actually my camera had failed and I used my phone one time, and I thought, wow, that was so much easier, and the quality was pretty decent. So I just started using my phone, and anyone can do it. You can do it. If you want to start a YouTube channel, by all means, pull out your phone, shoot a video, walk in front of it and say what you want to say and walk away. If you want to do a vlog, or if you just want to show your collection, shoot the footage with your phone and just post it raw. It doesn't matter. In fact, a lot of the guys I see with big followings pretty much do that. They shoot right in their house or whatever with their collection around them, and they just talk. Maybe they edit in some pictures, or they cut this and that out of the front and the end of the footage, but that's it. And it's actually a lot of fun. I love immortalizing myself in the store on YouTube. So years later, and you can go back and see, it has been years since I started, that you can go back and you can look at that and say, wow, this is how things have changed. And I really like that, and it's just a lot of fun. I would shoot the videos whether you were watching or not, and I think that's kind of the attitude you need to have, because you know, you can't expect to get on YouTube and just blow up. It's like kind of going to Hollywood and getting famous. You may, but then you may not. So you have to love what you're doing, and that's what I do. I love what I do, and I want to share it with you guys, and that's it. But if you have questions about what I do, how I do it, and all that, anything related to that, by all means leave it in the comments below, and I'll do another video like this in the future where I'll answer those questions. So that's it. I do have to get to work, but hey, you know what? I can show you. I also shoot all my videos while the store is closed. So you can see the gate is down and the mall is empty. And when that's the case, I shoot my videos that way. Another new view. And that's another thing I do. But yeah, you know, if you have the questions, leave them, and I'll try to answer them in my next L1 Games behind the scenes video. And that's it. Hey, if you haven't already, please do subscribe, hit that bell icon, and you can get updates for future videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at L1 Games, on Instagram at L1Muzz, and all that good stuff. So I will see you all later. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to walk off like I used to do in the old days. I'm not going to use this.